The clips and the sections of the video are purposely placed in the order of the fight timeline. In professional boxing, discarding or cloaking chunks of your full skill set to please casual observers isn't intelligent. Had you lost, they would have laughed and said overrated and overhyped. In the first few rounds of Shakur Zepeda, no running turned into no defensive skill for Stevenson. No defensive skill leads to less offensive skill as they go hand in hand. A quick, simple example is a pull or slip counter, defending a punch with a pull or slip, then countering the target that the punch left open. Good defense turned into good offense. No jab, no smothering, no movement, no clinching or controls means the loss of control over everything, including opponent's punches thrown, opportunity for your own punches, ring positioning, and most importantly in this fight, pace. Early on, Zepeda would be allowed to throw volume at will. Shakur would be mostly limited to block and shoot counters from a stationary and active high guard, trying to match 4 to 7 punch combinations with 1 or 2 counters. A skillful nuance that Zepeda deserved credit for is using controls or manipulations like frames and shoulder nudges to deny Shakur's smothering attempts, which Shakur made even easier earlier on by staying in that high guard. Smothering is taking away punches by being too close. The high guard doesn't allow you to completely smother. The space in front of your body that the gloves and arms occupy is enough space for a fighter who knows how to shorten up his shots to get work off. Combined with Zepeda framing and pushing the guard, Shakur was being forced in positions that Zepeda wanted him in. Shakur still holds his own even when he's handicapping himself. Not a lot is landing clean, however, defense isn't a scoring substitute for offense. It isn't boxing without punches thrown, so not throwing punches while the opponent is throwing volume shouldn't look good to the judges. Then countering that 4 to 7 punch volume with 1 or 2 punches literally means being outworked. Granted, if those 1 or 2 counters are cleaner and more effective punches than Zepeda's, then the judges may favor your work. Lastly, choosing to stop and chill on the ropes did Shakur no favors. Of course, if the idea is not moving, then what does it matter? Shakur is known for being one of the best, if not the best, in boxing at controlling distance. Chilling on the ropes completely takes away distance control. If either you can't or refuse to control distance from at range or the outside, you have to control the man. All these elements made the theme of the fight Zepeda's volume versus Shakur's cleaner, more visible punches. But again, no defensive skill means less offensive skill. So early on, Zepeda looked good, but the fight would slowly change.
This uppercut by Shakur Stevenson that rocked the fight.
Shakur definitely handling the pressure well. But like Antonio said,
keep moving, not till he's landing those clean shots.
At the start of the first round, Shakur was typically Shakur before he downgraded himself for the next 3.5 rounds. He would give us reminders in between the dumb down that he can actually do what needed to be done to efficiently win the fight.
It's going to be important for Zepeda is going to the
rhythm. And if a fighter like Zepeda is going to throw the kind of punch output he... Zepeda pushing Stevenson.
Right now it just looked like, Shakur is going to have to bite down. He knew he was going to have to bite down early. He ain't running. He's looking to take some out of Zepeda as well. But like we figured this is going to be, he know this guy ain't backing up. He know judges are going to be looking for the body shot. Every time Zepeda gets something off, look for Shakur.
Good move by Shakur Stevenson.
Right now, he...
Gradually, Shakur started to rely on those skills that didn't involve running. Perhaps it was his grandfather.
Well, look, let's be smart here. Look, that motherfucker can't touch you. All you gotta do is step and walk around like you've been doing again. In the same way, it'll look easier. But don't let this motherfucker look like he in the fucking fight. You understand? We stand up there like that, he look like he might be in it. He ain't in it. That motherfucker can't touch you with a 10-foot pole. Okay, you see how slow he is now? Let's take advantage of it. Let's keep our range and distance and pick his ass apart. Then we come and get his ass. Stop breaking his ass down with them stabs. Okay? Be smart. When you get to the ropes,
Remembering the skills, Shakur used less of the high guard and more of the Philly shell and shoulder roll, which is built for defending against aggressive fighters and counterpunching, and probably deserves its own video. Another benefit to the shell was the actual ability to smother and control properly, as the sling and frame can be adjusted to take up less space than the high shields and give Shakur body-to-body contact. Plus, the frame could control the left hand, both stopping volume. Notice how quickly we get to round 5 on the good highlights. The deeper into the fight, the less rope time. At the end of round 2, we start seeing high guard traps, which entail Shakur showing the high guard on the outside distance or at range, baiting a jab to counter. But the trap he would set the majority of the fight are disengagement traps that just involve a step backwards, then getting set, prompting Zepeda to follow into range, then attacking while his feet aren't set. I'll fast forward the rest, but you get the point. The issue of fans saying Zepeda won the fight or the fight was close is that volume will never look better to the judges than open space, clean, visibly effective work. What I'm about to show isn't all Shakur landed, it's only the big visible shots, and there's far too many. Zepeda's base was far too unsteady after the shots landed, lending credence to Shakur's punches' effectiveness. Times that by the crowd's oohs and ahs, it'll be sure to impress judges.
Like Matias in the last fight.
Matias is in with the hands. for Shakur Stevenson.
We're only in the
Fancy counter-punching going on.
Yeah, and look, Shakur is standing his ground.
A little bit under what happened.
championship slipping away.
Well, there's a tremendous
In that sequence. And right there, you just see him giving those garbage punches away to land that.
not the same than to defensive counter-punching, and it's Chris. Maddox, what do you see so far?
Zepeda has Shakur pressed up against the ropes. He's 3-2, Shakur Stevenson.
Which could ultimately decide.
I think it's an important round. I think Shakur Stevenson is making.
Sometimes you got to punch your way out of the corner. The precision, and they're landing at a high rate. Dark style contrast coming up in the last many times by Shakur Stevenson.
Good combination. You're right. Good upper.
Shakur Stevenson is a heavier puncher.
Oh, good combination.
That's what's the combination finished with the right hand.
I like to see him turn those knuckles over a little bit, but again, when you have brittle hands, that might be the reason why he can't really turn that knuckle over with the right hand.
Short for Zepeda.
He had a great exchange.
CompuBox numbers count even though Zepeda for Stevenson more precise.
Combination by Shakur. What if this fight stays this close?
That description.
Shakur did some good work on the ropes there. Another long shot. Zepeda still looking for a big shot. Good hook, man. Anytime. And as Zim alluded to,
Perfect.
nice left hand right over 2 block shots.
Stand still right in front of you and you still can't find him. Pernell Whitaker could do that. There have been a few others over the years. Shakur Stevenson can stand right in front of William Zepeda over and over, and Zepeda can't find the way. So that's a full volume puncher.
Oh,
Don't think he's a
Rivers to be landing power shots this aggressive, and I appreciate it. Oh, good combination. The bombs.
Don't the vast majority of boxers and boxing fans call this man the greatest of all time? Don't we call these guys all-time greats? Don't let people that don't know how to throw a punch tell you when, where, or how frequent you should be punching.